All right, guys, we did it. We made it. We had a baby. We are almost at 8 weeks postpartum. I feel like my pregnancy face is almost gone. This is now just the I still need to lose 20 pounds face. But yeah, I wanted to come on, give you guys an update, let you know how things are going. We are going to talk about how things are going emotionally, how things are going physically. Stay tuned to see the stretch marks. And yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Leah and you're watching Mommy in the Moment. So if you subscribe to my channel, then you know I've been gone for a while. I had a very good reason for that. And again, you probably know what that is. So we welcomed our third son, our second son, third child, Avery, on November 15th. And of course I had to take some time away in the postpartum period just to focus on him, focus on our family, focus on myself and kind of getting myself together. But now I feel like I'm coming out of the fog and I am ready to come back. I've got so many things planned. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I have a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff I think planned for videos to come out soon. All right, so this is a postpartum update. I am coming up on 8 weeks postpartum, and my plan is to talk to you guys about how things are going emotionally and physically. Now, I have been debating whether to talk about intimacy after baby. Comment below if that's something that you would like me to talk about from a personal perspective, a physician's perspective, whatever. Comment down below and let me know if you guys want to see a video on sex after having a baby. All right, so emotionally, I feel like I've been doing a lot better this time. After Lucas, I feel like I had postpartum blues. It was this first time mom, just overwhelmed. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like it maybe should have been a little bit more natural. I didn't realize that newborns don't smile at you at the beginning. And I was like, I'm doing all this and you're keeping me up and breastfeeding hurts. And I'm not even sure if I like you that much because I was getting nothing in return. And then all of a sudden, right around 7-8 weeks, that social smile comes in play. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm golden. But that feeling really took me off guard. And so I think I had postpartum blues with Lucas. Now with Nora, it was more of a postpartum anxiety where I would just have these thoughts of random things happening. And I'm like, where did that thought come from? Like thoughts that were just kind of intrusive and vivid and not likely to happen. I live in a place where there's a lot of bridges and tunnels because we live near the water, and I would think, well, what if my car just ran off of the bridge? And then just very calmly, I'm like, well, I'd have to open the door. I'd have to make sure the window could come up, and then I'd have to get the baby out of the back. And then, so my mind just went like 0 to 100. The other thing that I would get anxious about was when I'm holding the baby and walking, I'm like, I don't want to hit the baby's head on a door frame. What if I hit the baby's head on the door frame? And this thought happened to me multiple times a day. Now, is that likely to happen? No. Could it? I guess. But it was really the anxiety that was driving this kind of repetitive thought of me hitting my baby's head on a door. So I think it's really important to recognize that postpartum blues, postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety happens. And if it becomes something that is limiting your ability to take care of yourself or your children or limiting the way you're able to live, ask somebody about it. Please, please, please don't try to deal with it on your own if you feel like it's kind of come out of your hands. The other thing that I think this time around has been more difficult is that we're a family of 5. We have 3 children. Lucas is 5, Nora is 3, and now Avery, who's the baby. And I feel like I am being constantly interrupted. And that's one of the things that frustrates me most about life, about work, about anything, is people intruding and stopping my train of thought. So the constant interruptions, breastfeeding, the other kids need something, Chris can't find something, I'm sleeping and then the baby cries and needs to be fed. Just all of these things, it just becomes really frustrating. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my post where I said, you know what, my mantra now is embrace the interruption. Just lean into it. Just know what's going to happen. That's helped a lot. Just to know that this is a season and I'm going to be, when I'm trying to do things, I'm going to be stopped. There's no way around it. So that's one thing. I think the other thing that kind of gets my emotions up and down is my postpartum body. I've been through this before, and I know that certain things are coming. My abs separate, so I have diastasis recti, which makes my stomach look pregnant forever, essentially. And I know that I'm gonna have postpartum hair loss. It's happened twice before, and it's gonna happen again. And so those things, and kind of anticipating those things, plus all of that on top of sleep deprivation. I have not had a full night's sleep in almost a year. When I'm pregnant, I pee all night. And now that baby's out, I'm breastfeeding through the night. And so that sleep deprivation can really play with your emotions. And of course, your hormones are going up and down and you're all over the place. So that has been a challenge. One of the things two things actually that I found that helps a lot. For me, making a plan. So as far as my weight, my stomach, getting my muscles back together, having a plan and not just kind of moping and being sad about the way things are, but really being proactive and say, okay, what am I gonna do to get my weight together? What am I gonna do to get my abs back? What am I gonna do differently this time to maybe help a little bit more? And I'm gonna have a video about that, about my postpartum weight loss, about my flat stomach plan, about my hair, how I'm gonna manage my hair in the postpartum period, because that actually is gonna take some planning. So those are some things that I feel like help me to feel more on top of it and not that these things are weighing on me. The other thing that I would recommend is do what helps you. You know yourself better than anybody, and it can be really hard to remember these things when you're overwhelmed, but do what helps you. For me, I need a hot shower every day. There was a moment where I was like, I just don't feel good, and I just feel like I'm overwhelmed and nothing is going right and everybody's interrupting me, blah. And I was like, Leah, when's the last time you took a shower? This is gross, but it had been 3 days. I had not showered in 3 days. And so I had to like, honey, I need to take a shower. I need to go take the baby, put the other kids in front of the TV or something, but I need to go and take a shower. And that made me feel like a new person. The other things for me, quick makeup, just do the face, painting my nails, shaving, just using a razor and shaving. These things make me feel human, in addition to having a cup of coffee. Do whatever it is that makes you feel good. One of my friends and Instagram subscribers, Instagram followers, said getting outside. Actually 2 of my friends suggested this. Getting outside is huge. Even if it's just for a minute or two, getting myself outside, either by myself or with the other kids or with the baby, really helps to get that vitamin D, get the light in your eyes, especially in the winter when the days are so short. All right, so that's kind of how things have been emotionally. Now, physically, I was able to have a vaginal delivery, and it was my 3rd vaginal delivery. That in and of itself was uneventful, thankfully. I will be posting my birth video next, so I'm in the process of editing that and hopefully getting that out shortly after this one. And if you want to know when I'm posting videos, either press the bell so that you get notified, or follow me on Instagram at Mommy in the Moment. And I always post on Instagram and Facebook when I'm releasing new videos. So I had a vaginal delivery. It was uneventful, and I had a couple of stitches, nothing serious, but what I'd recommend, a few days after you go home, if you have stitches, take a look. Look with a mirror. Maybe look before you leave the hospital so that you know what things look like down there. And if something changes, then you'll know. Because I took a look and I said, oh, that's not the way it's supposed to be. And so I called the doctor's office. My doctor was amazing. He got me in, did an exam, and he's like, you know what? You need a separate procedure to get this the way it's supposed to be. You know, I always joke with my patients after we're delivered, like, what's taking so long down there? I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to get it back the way I found it, you know, and I want it to be back the way I went in. So we did a quick outpatient procedure. That went great. Everything healed up just fine. And so definitely if you have stitches, whether it's a C-section incision or it is vaginal stitches, take a look so that you know what it looks like and how it's supposed to heal and all that jazz, so that you have no questions about that. As far as my body and my weight gain, I gained too much weight this pregnancy. About the mid 28 weeks, my doctor was very clear with me about that I had gained too much weight, and I knew it. And I knew I was only going to retain fluid and gain more weight as the third trimester went along. So I tried to exercise as long as I could. And then eventually my shortness of breath got to me and I couldn't continue. But I ended up gaining about 45 pounds with this pregnancy, which for my weight was about 10 pounds too much. So now I'm gonna work on getting this weight off. I'll do a separate video on my postpartum weight loss journey, and we'll do some check-ins with that. And then as far as breastfeeding, that's going well. I'm still using the nipple shield because Avery has this pinchy little lat that just hurts. I talked to a lactation consultant and they gave me some really good advice that helped a lot. But the nipple shield is working and he's growing and I'm making enough. And I'm like, you know, if it's working, I'm not gonna rock the boat. I'm sure one day I'll lose it and I'll just have to figure it out or get a new one. But I'm using that and it's working really nicely. All right, and then as far as my stomach, so like I said, I have diastasis recti. That's whenever your abdominal muscles that are normally here together separate and the fascia in between, that connective tissue, stretches. Some of that will go back a little bit after pregnancy. About 60% of women have diastasis that remains. With my last two, I did physical therapy, and so that, I think that helped a lot. But I remember those exercises, so I don't think I really need physical therapy per se this time, but I'm going to be working on that. Because my abs separate in the middle, all of my stretch marks are right down the middle, kind of like a landing strip. So I'll show you guys that in just a minute, but that's kind of what's been going on with me. Here, let me show you the stretch marks. So as you can see, they're kind of just in the middle. For anybody who's not aware, this is something called the linea nigra that gets lighter and lighter as you go. And then you can see how far my abs are, about this far apart. So they really just go their separate ways. Yeah. So like I said, I have a lot of videos planned. I'm filming a bunch before I go back to work. And just to share with you guys a real life view of what this is like. I got 3 kids now. My body has had 3 kids. Let's go through this together. If you want to see how I do my hair, how I do a 5-minute makeup face so that you can slap it on between breastfeeding and getting the other kids breakfast, like this is stuff, this is real stuff that I feel like has really been helpful for me. All right, if there's anything that you guys want to see as far as videos for me to post, definitely comment down below. Again, like this video, share it with somebody who you think it would help. I want to be helpful, so share it with someone who is pregnant or is about to have a baby, or pregnant and about to have a baby are the same thing. pregnant or has just had a baby. Share it with them. And you guys, I'll see you in the next video.